We had moved to Maine and I was probably 40. And I was driving down 88 right over here from Portland to Yarmouth. And I pulled my car over and I said, this is so incredibly beautiful. I have got to paint it. And I didn't know how to paint, but I told a friend of mine who was a painter, and she said, I know who you need to take classes from, and I've been painting ever since. I had never lived anywhere in such natural beauty, and it was just so inspiring. You know, most of my landscapes are inspired, if not painted, in Maine. I do a lot of my painting in Dallas now. I do a lot of sketching in the summer. Bring those very simple sketches back to Dallas. I don't like a lot of information because I think my work is better if it's distilled down to just the basic, what is the point of this painting, and go from there. I didn't go into it with the intent I would become a professional painter. That never crossed my mind. I did it because I loved it, and I knew I would love it. If I'm out and I'm sketching, I will just sort of note them and then think about it. Once I get back to the canvas, I will do a very rough drawing in paint and just sort of step back and make sure that it works. Then I take off from there. You know, if it doesn't feel right, I change it and I work with it. I also do a lot of scraping. So I want the process to be seen. I want you to see what's underneath and where I was and where I got to. I kind of put a color down and see if it's happy. And they sort of talk to each other and they kind of, you know, sometimes they fight, sometimes they like each other, and sometimes we'll come back to a painting, I'll change a whole field of color to see if that seems to work better. I find that if I'm too intentional, then it just doesn't have that immediacy and that freshness. I am simply responding to the landscape through paint, putting it on and taking it off and putting it back on. And I kind of want the viewer to just go along that journey themselves. But really for me, there isn't anything I have ever done that is like painting, because I can start a painting or work on a painting and I completely lose track of time. It's kind of simple to say I love it. I think because there isn't anything else I do that puts me in this kind of zone. It's just so wonderful to create things. When you finish something and you're halfway pleased with it, it's the best thing in the world. Every time I approach the canvas, I have no idea if I can do anything. And I love that because it's like, oh yeah, I can do this. I know how to do this. You got it, you know? And it's so fun because it's like a big challenge. Every time I put those paints down on the tray, I don't know if it's gonna work out. And that is just great. I love that.